This is Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, a podcast and radio program presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan.
Driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
And now, here he is, your host, Jim Ervin.
Baby, I'm home.
Well, hello there, everyone, and thank you, Parker. I'm Jim Ervin, and this is Time Signatures. As we head into the fall and winter months around the United States, we turn our attention to indoor concert venues. And as usual, there's no shortage of quality entertainment on the horizon across this great country, including right here in the state of Michigan. From Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids and across the state to Detroit, some incredible shows are on the slate. Among those are coming to this area is a man who is best known as the Blues Titan. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Joe Bonamassa, welcome back to Time Signatures, man. How have you been? You've been a busy guy, haven't you?
It's been a busy year. Yeah, it's been a real busy year. We're wrapping it up. You know, one more run, and coming back to Detroit, the Fox Theater, nicest theater in the country.
Looking forward to it, definitely. Now, as a big fan of our own Michigan blues man, Larry McCray, I have to start with a hearty congratulations on his new album, Heartbreak City, Joe. I heard you say in some interviews that you felt this was Larry's best work to date, and I have to say I agree. But how much fun did you guys have in the studio? Because it really sounded like y'all were having a blast.
Yeah, Larry's a national treasure, and Larry, to watch him sing and do his thing is he's one of the last of that Rust Belt, blues, authentic blues shouter singers.
Yes,
even
sir.
though he's Arkansas. But he makes his home in Michigan, Bay City, Michigan. And he has this great knack of writing songs. He also has this knack of just putting things in the right spots, timing-wise, which is something you can't teach.
Yeah, you guys, you really did a fine job, you and Josh and the entire group. I mean, it was wonderful hearing the final product. Now, I understand that this was recorded in what Larry called the Purple Studio out there in California. What's the significance of that studio, Joe?
It was recorded at Sunset Sound.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what he's referring to, but I think he was referring to, if I was to guess, that at Sunset Sound, Studio 3, which we recorded in Studio 2, which was the Beach Boys, the Doors, and Led Zeppelin. Studio 3 is where Prince did Purple Rain. So
That's the one. Okay. All right.
But it's all part and parcel of the same studio. But yeah, we did the record at Sunset Sound, and it came out great. So.
Yes, it did. Now, before we dive into the news of the day over here, we have to talk for a moment about your recent trip to Ireland in celebration of the legacy of Rory Gallagher. July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Cork. This event marked the 30th anniversary of Rory's passing, and you performed the set list from his Irish 74 tour, didn't you?
We did most of the Irish Tour 74 on that record, on that gig. And, it was so great to see the love for Rory, in his hometown. I mean, it was a big challenge for me because I'm not Rory Gallagher. I'm Joe Bonamassa. It's a different artist. It was a real joyous occasion, and I was really happy to celebrate his life with his family, and it was a really great experience. I mean, they asked me, and I said yes, and I'm like, I'll do it. Yeah, it was a challenge. But the shows came out great, and Jerry McAvoy got up there, and just to hear the applause he got from Jerry, it was the love he got from Cork, and Rory is he's a folk hero, not just a music icon. He's in Ireland. He's a folk hero. I mean,
Yes.
he bridged gaps politically between the North and the rest of the country, in a time when it was pretty rough and ready over there. I mean, it was the Civil War, and it was he was loved by all Irish
Yes,
folks.
indeed. Now, please tell me you recorded this and you're going to be releasing like a double album and a DVD or something, because I've been beside myself waiting for that news.
Yeah, it's coming out next year. And it's gonna be a really it's a really fun show that we did, and
Indeed.
it came out great. I was nervous, like I said, I would lie. I'd be lying to you if I said I was, if I was, you know, not nervous going in, because it's such a significant artist in his hometown that meant so much to those people.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, not only were you busy with this project and Larry's album, but you've also been toiling away on something equally special indeed. Of course, I'm referring to the B.B. King Blues Summit 100, a landmark tribute project celebrating what would have been BB's 100th birthday. I got to hear more about this, Joe. Tell me all about it.
Well, I noticed the picture of BB King behind your right shoulder. Um, the reality is I assumed at some point that I was going to get a call to participate in some sort of event or record that somebody was doing to celebrate his 100th birthday. And it became very clear to me that nobody was doing anything. Like it was just going to come and go, and it wasn't a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so we decided to start in January, and we did 32 songs with 40 artists. And
Wow.
some songs have two artists, some have three, some have one. And we put the whole thing together in 8 months. And by we, I meant Josh Smith and I, and our very fabulous friends that all came and participated in this in a real great way. It was a real joyous occasion.
You know, based on everybody that you had involved in this, I mean, it's a monster project. Would you consider this a legacy project, Joe?
Yeah, I consider it, my swan song in record producing. I mean, I can't top this. I can also tell you that it's I just hope that he'd be proud of it. Like I just hope that he'd be proud of the record, and absolutely, basically, would want to be um you know you know would be really thrilled to know that there was so much love, and still so much love, for his music and himself. I think he would be thrilled with it.
Yes, sir. Now, since you're not releasing this until February of next year, I want to say thank you for sharing bits and pieces of this album in the interim. How's the
Yeah.
feedback been so far? I mean, I've really enjoyed what you guys have put out.
Yeah, I mean, again, the feedback's been great. People are, very much, in line. It's like we just put out the song with Paul Rogers and Aloe Black and a few others this month, and then we have another batch coming in November, another batch in December, and another batch in January, and then finally it comes out. And we ran into some production deadlines. That's why we couldn't get the thing out by September. But we never wanted to put the whole thing out at once anyway. People's attention spans. It's a big record. It's a long record.
Yeah.
So by the time February comes out, I mean we're still 100-year adjacent, and the whole thing will be out by that time. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see. Well, I want to see I'm excited to see what the response is to the whole thing.
Indeed. Now, you also have a fall tour kicking off November 3rd in Columbus, Ohio, and a stop at the storied Fox Theater, as we teased in the open here a few days after that.
Yeah.
Let's hear about the details. What are you bringing on this tour? You always do something fun.
Well, we're again, we have songs off a new album that came out in the summertime. We're gonna play
Hmm.
some stuff off of that. We're gonna play some stuff, probably maybe hit a BB King song or two. And maybe a Rory song, and or
That'd
two.
be cool.
And
Yeah.
and it's a brand new show that we're putting together. And I'm like, the band is playing on all, eight cylinders, and we had a really strong summer, and it was really fun. So I'm excited to get it back up and running next week.
Any kind of a tease we can throw out there for Larry fans? Is he going to be joining you this time around?
I'll see if he's around. He
Okay.
came a couple of times ago. Yeah, I'll see if he's around. Wants to sing Heartbreak City or something like that.
Beautiful. All right, Joe, where can we send folks to learn more about you, your tour dates, locations, where they can get some CDs or albums, clothing, and other Joe B goodies?
jbonamassa.com. That's the your one source for all things Jobo.
Sounds good. Well, once again, Joe Bonamassa, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm looking forward to attending your concert in Detroit and shooting some more photos of you on the 7th of November. But as always, thank you so much for your time for joining me today on Time Signatures.
Thank you, sir.
Now, hang tight. I'm going to tie the ribbons on. And this is one of the things that I asked you about the last time I interviewed you. We are promoting businesses, 501c3s that do great things.
Yeah.
And yours is one of them. So let me go ahead and tell you all about it. Before we close this edition of Time Signatures, I want to tell you about Joe Bonamassa's Keeping the Blues Alive Foundation. Now, some of you know KTBA for their annual cruises, but did you also know that they have a program called Fueling Musicians? This initiative is designed to help provide financial support such as food, shelter, and more to help struggling musicians, music educators, and industry professionals get back on their feet. Additionally, they have KTBA Records, a label that has reignited the musical careers of musicians like Dion, Joanna Connor, Larry McCray, and others. And there's a lot more. Please visit keepingthebluesalive.org today and make a tax-deductible donation in any amount. It's time and money well spent. And as always, thank you for your consideration. And that wraps up this edition of Time Signatures. Once again, my thanks to our guest, Joe Bonamassa, but also to you, for without you, none of this would be possible. Jim Ervin reminding you, keeping the blues alive is everyone's responsibility, but preserving the history of the blues, one story at a time, that's my mission. Until next time, so long, everybody.
This has been Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan. For more information on cabs, visit capitalareablues.org. You can find this episode and past episodes at lcconnect.org. The Time Signatures theme song, Michigan Roads, is used by permission and was written by Root Doctor, featuring Freddie Cunningham.
You know I'm trying, baby, driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
Until next time, keep on keeping the blues alive.